Imagine stepping into a roaring party, yet craving the hush of a library, sometimes in the same hour. Picture yourself laughing and mingling under neon lights, only to slip away moments later in search of silence. This tug between external excitement and internal reflection defines the INFJ's unique dance with the world. It's a journey of constant balancing, where every encounter holds the promise of light and shadow, movement and stillness. Two extremes that, for the INFJ, are inextricably intertwined. Firstly, the seeker of spontaneity. INFJs live primarily in the realm of ideas and inner visions, yet hidden beneath their contemplative surface is a craving for the raw immediacy of the senses. Their inferior extroverted sensing, SE, sparks an almost magnetic fascination with extroverts who seem to inhale experience and exhale energy. Picture an INFJ at a carnival watching in awe as an extroverted friend dives onto a roller coaster with their arms raised, heart pounding, unfiltered joy beaming from every pore. That flicker of envy isn't mere whimsy, it's SE whispering, "Show me how to live fully in this moment." When they finally let go of analysis and step into action, whether it's dancing to a street drummer late at night or sampling exotic street food, they feel a thrilling crack in their usual caution, a window into a world that most people take for granted. This isn't reckless abandon, it's a calculated risk, a deliberate push against the boundaries of their comfort zone. Each spontaneous choice becomes a statement. I too can taste the world raw. Secondly, the communion of intuition. Flip the coin and you find the INFJ's dominant introverted intuition, NI, in full bloom, an uncanny radar for hidden meanings, patterns, and future possibilities. When two intuitive introverts cross paths, the air vibrates with unspoken understanding. Imagine a quiet cafe corner where an INFJ and an INFP sit, exchanging half-finished sentences, eyes lighting up as each nod reveals, "I knew you'd feel that too." They speak in metaphors, dreams, and symbols. Every anecdote about a peculiar coincidence evolves into a tapestry of insights about life's grand design. Time dilates in these exchanges. What feels like 20 minutes might actually be 2 hours, because NI isn't bound by clocks or superficial small talk. It moves in streams of consciousness that weave past, present, and future into a single narrative. This communion is intoxicating for INFJs. It confirms they're not alone in their depth, that someone else hears the whisper of tomorrow's possibilities, echoing through today's mundane details. Thirdly, the Ambivert Illusion. On the surface, INFJs can seem paradoxically outgoing. Warm smiles, compassionate listening, engaging storytelling. Their auxiliary extroverted feeling, FE, powers an almost theatrical ability to mirror others' moods and needs. At networking events, they glide between clusters of people, making each individual feel uniquely seen. Yet this extroverted grace masks an ever-present exhaustion. After the applause and the friendly chatter, INFJs retreat to solitude like moths to a quiet flame. They recharge by diving back into their inner worlds, where ideas percolate and emotions regain equilibrium. This push-pull between engagement and withdrawal creates the ambivert illusion. Friends label them the social butterfly, only to be perplexed when the butterfly disappears for days. In reality, INFJs are introverts who learn to perform extroversion exceptionally well, but only when they choose to. Fourthly, depth over drama. Surface-level banter feels like sandpaper to an INFJ's soul. They endure the "how are you?" and the weather talk only long enough to steer the conversation toward deeper waters. Ask an INFJ about the weekend, and they'll pivot to questions like, "What did you learn about yourself?" Or, "Did you notice anything beautiful that changed how you see the world?" They believe every interaction is an opportunity for emotional or intellectual growth. This hunger for authenticity can startle extroverts who relish witty quips and light-hearted back and forth. Yet the INFJ will patiently chip away at facades, crafting questions that puncture superficiality until someone dares to share their true fears, hopes, and contradictions. For INFJs, drama has little appeal. It's the undercurrents of the human psyche that keep them engaged. Fifthly, the social chameleon. Thanks to FE, INFJs instinctively adapt to the emotional climate of any gathering. In a room full of exuberant laughter, they laugh louder. In a solemn vigil, they lean in quietly. This chameleon-like skill forges instant connections, making others feel validated and secure. Yet in reflecting everyone else, INFJs often lose sight of their own emotional boundaries. They absorb others' joys and sorrows as if they were their own, sometimes emerging from a conversation feeling more drained than uplifted. The danger lies in forgetting to recalibrate, to ask themselves, what do I need? They must learn to recognize the fine line between empathy that heals and empathy that devours. Sixthly, the people-pleaser's dilemma. In their quest to keep harmony alive, INFJs can promise more than they can deliver. They'll stay late, helping a friend move, attend yet another social gathering, or volunteer for yet another project, long after their personal energy bank has been emptied. This self-sacrifice is fueled by FE's desire to avoid conflict and ensure everyone feels supported. But unmet promises and unaddressed boundaries accumulate like storm clouds. Eventually, the INFJ will withdraw abruptly, leaving others puzzled. "Why didn't you tell me you needed a break?" they'll ask. The INFJ, feeling guilty and misunderstood, realizes too late that kindness without self-care becomes a silent prison. Seventhly, the introvert frustration. While INFJs celebrate deep connections, they can also react with surprising bitterness when fellow introverts vanish into extended silence. To the INFJ, retreat without explanation feels like a breach of trust, as though the other person has devalued their bond. This sense of betrayal is especially sharp because INFJs know they too need solitude. The tension arises when they expect others to extend the same courtesy of communication they offer. Learning to respect the silent ebb and flow of introvert energy without personalizing it becomes a crucial growth point. Otherwise, they risk resenting the very quietude they cherish. Eighthly, the idealism-realism magnet. An INFJ's internal world brims with ideals, visions of a better self, a fairer society, a kinder future. They unconsciously seek extroverts who can translate that vision into action. When they meet someone who not only shares their values but also mobilizes those values into concrete steps, the INFJ feels electrified. They're drawn to leaders, activists, entrepreneurs, anyone who can turn thought into momentum. In partnership, they offer strategic foresight and emotional insight, while the extrovert provides direction, energy, and follow-through. Together they become a dynamic duo, dreamer and doer, passion married to praxis. Ninthly, the authenticity expectation. INFJs prize raw honesty above all. From a first encounter, they scan for sincerity, listening for hesitations, watching for rehearsed expressions. Small acts of genuine vulnerability, a friend admitting uncertainty, an acquaintance sharing a childhood memory, shine like beacons. Conversely, even small deceptions, white lies, or social masks feel like rust on a polished bond. This insistence on authenticity can be intimidating. Some shrink back rather than risk exposing their imperfections. The INFJ must learn to temper their expectations, allowing others to reveal themselves at their own pace so that relationships can mature naturally. Tenthly, the growth through contrast. Engaging deeply with both introverts and extroverts forges the INFJ's most profound lessons. From introverts, they learn the power of reflection, patience, and inner autonomy. From extroverts, they absorb spontaneity, resilience, and the courage to step into the spotlight. Each relationship is a mirror and a window, reflecting hidden facets of the INFJ's psyche while opening vistas of new behaviors and mindsets. By weaving solitude with social immersion, depth with dynamism, INFJs cultivate a holistic self, intuitive yet grounded, empathetic yet expertly self-regulated. In mastering this paradox, they unlock their true gift, the ability to bridge worlds, inspire understanding, and guide others toward authenticity. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the INFJ paradox, where depth meets dynamism and intuition dances with spontaneity. Which chapter resonated most with you, or did you spot another INFJ pattern we missed? Drop your thoughts below, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the insights, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into personality mysteries. See you in the next one.